So here's that sneaky phantom shadow hunter enemy that eluded me last time we went through the central Bainesville level.
I don't see the plasma cannon thing.
Oh.
You didn't need it. Nice.
Yeah, that was a real son of a bitch to get. Oddly enough, there's only a couple others left, and that one is by far, in my opinion at least, the hardest of the shadow hunter enemies.
Yeah, that's such a tiny target to hit, yeah.
I also got the Disaster Master title. That's for getting half of the titles in the game.
Halfway there.
And last time we picked up the plasma gun, or whatever it was called. That was actually one of 2 electricity guns in the game. Here's the other one, the spark gun.
Oh, hello.
We're gonna be using that in this update, and it has a completely different gimmick from the pulse gun.
Ooh.
And we're also gonna put some upgrade into the rocket launcher too. Again, it's a fun weapon, but it's not very useful. The main advantage behind its gimmick is that if you manage to ricochet a rocket off of something and then hit a guy, that will count as a clever shot, which normally or you can only get those in like very specific scripted circumstances.
But here you could create your own.
Yes.
Oh my. Yes, rockets and junk and electricity. Perfect.
Rockets and Junk is actually the name of Eric's store. That's where he sells all the firing range tickets.
Did that tooltip say they built their town at the bottom of a dam?
I believe it did, yes.
City planning!
Colonel, the helicopter carrying the nuclear warhead has arrived in Miami, sir. We still have no reply from the government.
Then let's teach this fool of a president a lesson. Colonel, either way, we still have 2 more nukes. Let's set at least one off. Those idiots will have to do what we want.
There's a game I bought recently on the Steam sale that's not necessarily about city planning, but it is about building inspection. I'll have to check that out eventually.
People of Miami have been ordered to evacuate because of the hurricane.
And here's
there
the
it
one
is.
and only time that a normal human city is name dropped in this game.
No bear cities, though.
Nope.
Gosh, normal bear roar.mp3 gets so overused in bear cities.
Prepare to activate the nuclear weapon.
I mean, it's how Paddington found his way to the secret bear city in Peru.
Oh, that guy is so pumped for nukes.
What he's really pumped for is getting paid.
There are no
Like,
guards here
he's
now.
the
We
money
can sneak out of
mercenary.
this window.
There's always one.
Using those nukes.
He's feeding his Roth IRA.
Distract them however I can. You go and tell someone where we are.
But Professor, it's too dangerous. Besides, I can't just abandon you.
Oh, please. You're the only one who could fit through that little window anyway. And there's no way a man my age could get through this flood.
But
Did I say who Professor Davies' voice actor is yet?
If I hadn't been so concerned
I don't remember.
my own life, they
I
never
don't
would have
believe
been
so.
able to steal
It's
those
Doug
nukes.
Stone, best known as
I
Psycho
want to do
Mantis in
what
Metal
I
Gear
can.
Solid.
You did.
Stop
Okay,
I-
well, I gotta
it
mention it
did
again.
not-
do that.
I gotta mention it again for an extremely specific reason, because unfortunately, I don't think Professor Davies is long for this life.
Yeah, he left his flood pants at home. He can't.
You 2 are nothing but trouble.
Get going!
I'll hug you to death.
I mean, you can't say he didn't go out swinging.
Have it your way.
What a clean shot. Like, clean. There's no blood or anything.
Remember, this game is rated teen.
Lock her in the church. And this time, use handcuffs.
Evans's dialogue is just going to get more and more Dante-like as the game goes on. Anyway, all of that church stuff is actually related to the level in the next video, but it's important to know now.
We have breaking news. Due to the heavy downpour, the Green Lake Dam's water level has reached its limit. It may collapse beneath the pressure. Extreme caution is advised.
You'd think the fire would know better than to interrupt us in the middle of a radio broadcast. That's important public information we need to know.
Wait!
Honestly, I have no idea what I was thinking when I initially said that all the dogs are like one specific breed, a character model that gets used over and over again, when so far there have been like 3 or 4 dogs and none of them have been the same breed twice.
Look, you've got dog blindness. It's fine.
That's what happens from having been a cat owner my whole life.
No, I think it's thank dog you're all right.
Oh no, I think we exploded the dog. Off camera. Anyway, this is kind of a I wouldn't this isn't necessarily backtracking per se, but this area does feel very similar to the previous Bainesville section. Although, do you remember, like at the very end of the last video, remember that some of the enemies arrived by boat?
Oh,
Yes.
That's going to be important. Also, there's a little Easter egg here for both of these doors. There's some hidden conversations.
What?
We have fun here at Search. When we're not gunning down rescue workers for money.
Oh, that's potentially an issue.
This other one, though, this actually has a reward for sneaking in and snooping. My heart belongs to Surge, but my lungs belong to the CIA. And we get a new costume if we check in one last time. There we go. Some of the costumes are like full, complete outfits, and others are just t-shirts that Ray wears with his regular jeans, I suppose. His character model's kind of a little too low def to really tell what he's wearing.
Suffers from wee-itis.
It's him! Fire! Shit!
So for some reason, I decided to show off. First of all, show off the rocket launcher 2 in an area without that much terrain variety. And then I decided to do it in a place with way too much variety, because, well, we gotta watch out.
Oops!
Bastard is dead. Mission continue.
One thing I'm gonna have to show off in video 17, which is the final video of this LP. Oh, whoops. Is that there's actually a surprising number of game over quotes in very specific contexts.
I can't believe you
shot.
rocketed us and not the Surge guy.
It's when you're playing rocket tag and then someone pulls an Uno reverse card.
Time to turn up the heat.
But also, I really appreciate that you have a rocket launcher that lets you pull, like, Revolver Ocelot level shit. Oh!
Yeah, I wasn't going to use the rocket on him. I'm pretty sure at that range, the splash damage would have killed us again. And I already had an embarrassing rocket death once in this video. I hit my quota.
Bravo for actually figuring out splash damage. Good job, game.
Oh, splash damage is actually, it's the main reason why RPG guys are so dangerous. Because depending on where they're positioned and where they fire at you from, even if you take cover, you'll still take damage from the splash damage.
Everything's gonna be okay now.
I also kind of appreciate the effect that they used, or what's clearly, some sort of 2D art. But it still looks pretty good when it comes to rain droplets hitting the camera.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That is something I would want to see like a GDC talk on when it comes to creating realistic 2D weather effects in an otherwise 3D game.
Oh no, someone's inside. Hey, you alright?
If this thing starts tipping off of the bridge, I'm going to be very upset. The majority of the...
We might be able to do something before that happens, though, if we're lucky.
It won't open.
Sorry, you were saying?
Just the majority of the weight is on the back. Okay, that's the threat. All right.
It's the flash flood.
Well, Ray, I don't think that worked out the way you were planning.
Sometimes helping people only makes things worse.
Shit.
But only in very specific, narratively contrived situations.
Oh, uh-oh. I know where that's going.
Yeah, this is a T-rated game, so that's not blood we just saw. Oh no, it's something far worse. So, excluding that one guy from Blue Ridge City where we had to go all the way up to get the rubber ring, I think this is the first time we've seen a rescue victim that we could not rescue immediately. We have to go back once we find something to help him.
Yes!
Presumably it's because of the oil that the fire sort of floats on top of the water like that.
Yeah.
There's too many. Maybe I should try a detour.
You've got a bouncy rocket launcher.
There's too many. There's nothing that can be done. There's too many. In fact, there's actually a firefight later on that also plays into the idea that there's too many guys to take down in an even more contrived situation, which I think you'll find very amusing.
Well, maybe we'll find a life ring in this law firm of Bainesville.
Anyone here?
This is an injury lawyer firm that they deal exclusively in nautical disasters. So yeah, they just happen to have a bunch of rubber rings on hand just in case. Well, time to get out the crackers again.
You alright?
He seems to be doing fine on reading material, though.
Well, not really, because until about 10 seconds ago, all of those magazines were covered in the cardboard boxes that we just broke. So, he could see the books, maybe, but he couldn't read them. Anyway, there's a ladder over there, which we could use to rescue the driver from that earlier set piece. This kind of extra backtracking for rescue victims doesn't happen that often. I think it only happens like 2 or 3 more times. But yeah, it doesn't outstay its welcome, and usually it's the kind of thing where, you know, it makes sense in context and is usually helpful.
You know, no timer for this guy.
Nope. There's only a timer when the video game says there's a timer.
So my money's on this entire town getting washed out to sea, by the way.
Well, I mean, we're already like a third of the way there, if we're being generous.
Yeah, I think this is going to become Atlantis 3.
Atlantis 3, what was the second Atlantis?
The first tsunami, right?
Oh, yes.
See, it takes a tsunami to create an Atlantis, not a regular, like, tsunami.
It takes a tsunami to raise a village.
Base here. Guard squad, come in.
That was a pun that didn't quite work as well in spoken English as opposed to writing it down.
Whatever you do, don't let him near the church.
Roger that.
Oh, cool. Ray knows where to go now.
Yeah, Ray's caught up to us at this point.
Hey, he's here! Fire!
God damn it!
Again, further proving my theory that no one knows how to keep their thoughts to themselves in this world.
Guard squad, come in. We heard gunshots.
Ooh, I see that.
Fire with
Yep.
the subject. I repeat, don't let him get near the church. Get rid of him now.
This reminds me of so many of the movies that are featured on Best of the Worst, where, you know, big fight scenes are basically just in warehouses with cardboard boxes. There's one in particular I'm thinking of. I can't remember the name of it, but if I can figure it out before this video goes up, I'll link to it. Anyway, yeah, we'll be looking at the spark gun, I think in the next major firefight.
What a tough son of a bitch. Reload. God damn it.
Well, it does sound like you took down the member of Surge who forgot to bring their earpiece for their radio.
I mean, it's hard to have an earpiece on when you're also wearing a balaclava. I guess figuring out how to do that, how to mix and match that kind of thing that was not part of standard Surge training. Okay, maybe I need to tweak my hypothesis a bit. That it's only in in-game and FMV cutscenes that people are incapable of keeping their thoughts to themselves.
If only
Then
you could.
what's left?
If only you could radio back and say, like, everything's fine, situation normal. How are
man.
you guys?
I'm imagining this game now with a Metal Gear codec system where you have one person on different radio frequencies and all of them have like specific, very useless but kind of useful knowledge in certain types of natural disasters. Anyway, so this is the spark gun. Basically, you fire it once and then it splits into multiples and those home in on the nearest enemy.
Holy shit.
Which is not quite as useful as it sounds, because I don't know if this is a bug or a design feature, but the homing has quite a few problems. The main one being that it can't distinguish when an enemy has died, and it will continue to chase enemies through their death animation.
Shit. You just keep coming. It's useless fighting like this.
Well, they're still in the process of dying
Yeah.
during their death animation.
Yeah, they cannot distinguish between or a state between life and death. Like they interpret the death throes as like as lifelike twitching. Anyway, here's a neat little gimmick, which again it's only in this part, but yeah, I like it.
Oh!
That's actually horrific. And I'm laughing.
Yeah, that you can get away with that when you have a T-rated game. It doesn't actually show the horrifying effects of being electrocuted in a large pool of water.
Oh, hello.
Yep, back to normal. Just another day in the life of Raymond Bryce. Now, if the Wii had smell-o-vision, then absolutely we'd be able to smell the rotting corpses. Let's
Oh, look at
protect-
that flat can in the water.
Oh god, yeah, I didn't notice that until now.
I'm sorry.
Let me help you, small child, with the power of post-processing video effects.
Oh, Ray, you could go a little faster. That kid's legs are dying. Slowly.
Okay, does this help?
Oh, his legs are completely gone. Now he's losing his fingers.
Oh no, he'll be paraplegic from the waist down for the rest of his life because you did not go fast, Ray. Now you have failed to save 1.5 people in your career with the SRT. First Steve, and now half of a child.
Oh, hell yeah. We got a water burger, though.
Okay, that was a pretty good reward, admittedly. It definitely makes up for the fact that he can no longer walk again.
I mean, if he had legs, he would have given us a soggy, like, lizard on a stick. No legs, no lizard.
Well, they both start with L. You may be onto something there.
Oh, meat on bone. Excellent. I noticed the bone disappears, too. Does he eat the bone?
Yeah, I'm sure that Ray has a special technique for digesting bones.
Also, I feel like I already made that joke. I hope I didn't.
We've already laughed several times every time that a box has burst into flame. I don't think repeating jokes is necessarily a weakness of this game.
Flash flood warning for its surrounding areas. We believe that all land below the dam will soon be submerged. All remaining residents are advised to reach higher ground immediately.
Or develop gills.
So I'm pretty sure the Green Lake Dam is made up. As I mentioned before, I have my suspicions that this is supposed to be fake New Orleans. I did find 2 places in the U.S. called the Green Lake Dam, but one of them is in Alaska, and the other one is in Maine. So I doubt that this is supposed to be in New England. I don't think they're well known for their hurricane force winds and intense thunderstorms on the level of, say, Hurricane Katrina. And that's also what I was mentioning before regarding the strange homing attack system. And it will, if you shoot a guy and he's still dying, the homing bolts will still focus on him. Which is why I've resorted to teddy bears in frustration.
Oh! Squandered.
Although you can kind of do trick shots. Like, there's that boat from earlier. And it sort of hit the enemies. They kind of had a brief invincibility period, but it kind of worked out. Honestly, the spark gun might actually be a better option for taking out that one Shadow Hunter enemy from before.
Ooh, yeah. If it tracks him down relentlessly.
Yep. Anyway, it is time to go to boat.
Let's go boat.
Wow.
Whee!
Part of me is glad that there is no boat controlling minigame.
Wow, the guy who loves nukes is boorish?
These loading screens are masters of understatement. And he doesn't love nukes. He loves nuclear detonations specifically for profit.
Well, hey there, hero. Tough guys like you are such fun. It'll be so much more satisfying when I destroy you. Now then, shall we dance?
You are going to drop money when you die, right? Otherwise, I have no interest in fighting you.
Hey, come on. Let's have a little dance.
It doesn't seem like you're gonna let me
Banks
through.
does have some mechanical complexity. He'll jump around various parts of the arena. He has different attacks. Sometimes he'll go over to the minigun on that Humvee, for example. And he has, similar to some other bosses, he has grenades that he throws that you can shoot down. Or in my case, I can rock them out of the air.
Running out of ammo.
Yeah, for a second, I thought he threw the rock back.
That would have been great. There's also this attack, which only happens if you fail the clever shot.
You know, if someone grabbed me by the collar and started just beating my face in, I would probably also say, damn, he's good.
Would you also start shaking your Wii Remote and nunchuck?
Yes.
I don't care about Surge. I don't care about killing you.
Yeah, Banks no longer cares about Surge because he's not going to get paid. We're going to be seeing a lot of divisions and controversies amongst the staff of Surge, which isn't always clear, at least at first, but it should be by the end. Yeah, the spark gun is surprisingly good in this boss fight.
The clever shot didn't stop him from beating on you, though. That was weird.
It's because I missed it. I was like a few
Oh.
frames too late. If you shoot him, then he doesn't grab you.
Okay.
He can't keep getting away with it.
And there's the t-shirt we unlocked earlier. Like I said, I'm going to be showing off all these costumes later because this is one of those games where you can't do any of the fun, weird stuff until after you've or after you've beaten the game and you go through New Game Plus.
That was a pretty good blue, though.
Yep, it was.
It's a good shirt.
Right. So, if you remember that cutscene at the beginning of the video where Davies appears to have died and Lisa has been taken somewhere, they're in some kind of church. That's all payoff for what's going to happen in the next video.
Oh, good. We're finally going to get Lisa back.
We just might, yeah.